Hey folks, just last night, me and my dad had just came back from a long trip, man. A long trip out in New Jersey. I mean, it takes us about 2 days. We stay over in North Carolina all the time. We travel over to the Northeast or whatever. But I kind of want to talk about. Well, we went up there for a big family reunion that my grandmother, you know, she kind of brought all of her brothers and sisters and stuff that they haven't seen in ages. And, there was other, you know, cousins. I was able to see my cousins from my side. And my dad had, there were cousins that my dad hasn't seen in forever. So it was almost like a big kind of get together and, whatever. But one place that we did, it was a couple days after the reunion. We went to this, it's kind of stuck in time. It's really kind of stuck in, in a period there where, back during the late, well, mostly definitely within the 50s or whatever, there was a lot of the, roadside kind of, attractions or whatever. They were kind of pulled to the side. But this is kind of a, moderate and very, very stuck in the late 50s or whatever. I think this place was built in 1956 or some 57. And I was super excited. I have not been to this place probably in the last 20 years or whatever. I remember it was my dad, it was me, back when I was younger and living back up in New Jersey. My older brother and my grandfather, we all went or whatever. And didn't seem like that place ever changed. It was so weird. You can probably tell from the thumbnail, once I post this video or whatever, that it looks pretty old, but I just absolutely love the environment. And this place that I'm talking about here is called Wild West City. It's basically kind of like, an old Western, not like a town or whatever, but, it's basically like a little attraction or whatever, It's meant to be like an old Western town or whatever. And everyone's all dressed up in cowboy attire, and it's so fantastic. It's so welcoming. You feel like you're within that time period, and it's just wonderful, man. Right when my dad pulled up to the entrance, because it just seems so like very, very old-fashioned, once you get there, and there's a sign, Wild West City, and it just brought me to tears. I'm like, damn, I cannot believe that I have not stepped foot in this place since whatever, 20 years ago. And I can't believe it was that long ago. And there's a few other places that we haven't been in a while, but man, that was definitely one of them for sure that brought me to tears a little bit. I was like, oh wow, nothing has changed. It just seemed like time stood still. It's like nothing, it just felt like, wow, it's like stepping back in time. I probably won't discuss so much detailing here, but, or at least the other stuff that you need to know, but maybe a little bit or whatever. Really the big main, whatever, to get you there is kind of like the shows that they do. They do like 10 to 15 minutes, like a show or whatever, and normally they will have, because, it's mostly just like a kids, well, me and my dad went in and they didn't mind us adults being there. But it's mostly just, for little kids or whatever. And, they would bring them in to get involved with the whatever show that they do. And I thought that was wonderful. It put a smile right in my face. It brought me back to, to that time, and yeah, so they have that, and they, you can go into these, little buildings or whatever. There's like a little saloon you can go into, and it basically has artifacts and stuff of the old West, and whatever. There's also kind of a cool little eatery called Golden Nugget. I'll probably post maybe a couple clips while I was there, just to kind of give you a little idea of what what it kind of looks like or whatever. And there's a little train ride, kind of goes you around the backwoods and has these little scenes of someone getting noosed. That's always good to know. But it was kind of a hot day, whatever. But you can go all the way back into the woods, and there's some other great stuff you can see. Like there's like one of those one room school things or whatever. There's people there standing and kind of telling you that you know, oh, like back then, this is how people, this is how school was back then or whatever. There's also one of these little chapel things, which, which is always funny because, every one of those, one of those, fairy tale kind of parks where they always have to have these little chapel things, these little, small little thing you go in, there's like seats and, whatever you can pray, which I did. There's also a petting zoo as well, mostly just like horses and cows, cows or whatever. I didn't pet any, but, we just kind of went in there just to, whatever, see the animals. There's also a pony ride. You can also ride ponies. There's also a little miniature golf, which I definitely remember so well. And it just brought me back to when I was little, we did some mini golf, it's kind of not like a big thing, but it's just a small little thing. So yeah, I absolutely loved Wild West City, kind of a real childhood memory, going back there. I can still remember, me and my brother kind of wandering around and, there's a nice little gift shop or whatever, you can go into. And I remember back when I was young, I was afraid of those little fake gun things or whatever, not real guns, but, one of those fake things you put, whatever, the loaders on there and, the smoke comes out. It's not supposed to be real or anything, but, So, I kind of want to make this short a little bit, but I absolutely had a great time with my dad, It's always a pain in the ass always to drive up there. And with this place, it took us almost an hour to get to this, to get to this little park or whatever, the Wild West City. About an hour, I think, to, because we were staying at our grandmother's or whatever. I was staying at my grandmother's house, and yeah, I mean, you can see the views of the mountains. It's just it's really gorgeous up there. It's I think the part that we were driving up into Jersey, it's called Hope, I believe, Hope, New Jersey. It's really nice out there. You can see the views of the meadows. Well, maybe not the meadows, I don't know. But just the trees. You can see the big giant, It's fantastic. I love it. I really had a good time being up there. And yeah, I'm glad I'm back. I'm doing more videos here. I'm probably going to post another billboard video, so you'll probably be seeing that pretty soon. But anyways, folks, happy to be back. Can't wait to do more videos. And kind of been missing on I've been kind of behind on the Bob Dylan bootlegs. And, I apologize. Normally, I kind of like to take my time listening to those. So hopefully I'll be back to doing more of his bootlegs. And okay, folks, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.